Hey beautiful people, it is your girl T. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going to be doing a little coloring in Tentacle Kitty. This is going to be my first color and chat. I don't normally chat during my videos, but I figured, hey, why not give it a shot? You know, you never know what to really talk about, so I'm just going to talk. So if I ramble, forgive me. If you like rambling, enjoy. So again, we're going to color in Tentacle Kitty, and I've selected this page here that I wanted to do. I thought it was so cute. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start coloring the kittens, and then I'm going to move on to painting the background. So today or tonight, I'll be using these Conda markers. I don't know if you know this brand. I got these at Hobby Lobby on like a deep clearance, and I've tried to find replacements and I just can't for some reason. So I'm just gonna have to buy a new set. So if you can recommend a nice set of alcohol markers, besides Prismacolor, because I do already have those, a small set actually, let me know in the comment section. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the kittens, and chat with you guys for a while. Sorry about all the background noise. Okay, so like I said earlier, this is my first color and chat, so I'm a little, I don't really know what to talk about, but I guess I can start with, you know, we went to the Virginia State Fair this weekend, and I was really looking forward to it, you know, eating all the goodies and spending time with family and just really having a good time at the fair. Well, first of all, we didn't get to the fair until about close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We had to drive from North Carolina, which was it seemed like a long drive this year. I think it's because we moved to the outskirts of Raleigh, so we couldn't really like take like one of these shortcut routes to get to the Richmond area. So we had to like go the long way. Well, when we got there, it was cool. I had to, you know, I knew it was going to take a little bit longer, but we finally got to the fair, and I was a little bit perturbed because we stood in line for what seemed like an hour waiting to buy tickets, and not because the lines were super duper long. It was because their credit card machines were not working, and something told me to go ahead and just, you know, get cash, but I was like, nah, I don't want to carry cash because I don't like losing money, and I'd rather just use my debit card or my credit card there. And so we stood in line, and it was so hot, it was humid, and by the time we got up there, I was like, what is taking so long? And now my little one is like, are we ever gonna go inside? It was getting antsy. And so we finally got to the front of the line, and I was like, oh my gosh. And the lady in front of us is like, something's wrong with their credit card machines. It's like they're locked. They're all using the same, like system or the same router or something to process these debit card transactions. And there are probably like 20 windows. And so she was like, well, if you don't have cash, what are you supposed to do? You're just using a credit card, you know? And the lady was like, she didn't know. I'm like, well, where's a supervisor to help us out here? So by the time they got to me, I was like, okay, I'll let you try my card because I don't have cash and I'm not using any random ATM machine to get out cash. So she swiped my card and it went through right away. So I lucked out. But then once you like pay, you have to walk through another line to get, to scan your tickets and then to go inside the actual fairgrounds. And then we had a hiccup there. We had something again was wrong with their handheld machines. And we were stuck in line again. At that point, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe we shouldn't even be here. But my husband's like, no, let's just, we're here, we're family, whatever. So after all of that, we got inside and it was pretty nice. I don't know if anyone's ever been to the fairgrounds in Virginia, but it's pretty spread out like over a bunch of acres. So look, I messed up here. But anyways, we'll just fix that. It's spread out over a bunch of acres. So it doesn't seem as crowded as if, the one here in my local town in North Carolina. The one in North Carolina is like probably 3 to 4 times smaller than that one. And so, I don't really enjoy going to it unless I go early in the morning, and then I'll just leave like before 12 before the crowd gets there. But yeah, so we went up there, and when you go to the fair, you anticipate eating like all this junk, and I just had my heart set on a bunch of junk. And when I got there, when we got inside, I really didn't want anything. It was strange. I just drank a lot of lemonade, a lot of water. And then we got ribs and French fries. And that was pretty much it for me. I didn't want anything else. Everything was there around me and I was just like, no, I don't want it. Oh yeah, I had an ice cream cone. That was the one sweet thing I got, was an ice cream cone. So yeah, so we, we did that. My little one wanted to get on rides. I don't do rides, so my husband had to get on with him because our oldest is away in college, and of course he would have been on the rides with him. So my husband got on those rides with him. Which was, I guess he had fun. I didn't really give him a choice. I was like, you can ride with him. Because I don't like really doing roller coasters, especially at the fairs, because you don't know who's putting them together, what qualifications they have, what certifications they have. So I'd rather not. But, he didn't get on any crazy rides. He got on the little baby, little kids rides. So he had fun. He was running around and super excited, like most kids. But we had a good time. So I decided when I was gonna do this color and chat, I was like, oh, let me color in Tentacle Kitty because it's a cute book. And then I was like, I want to do like a cotton candy thing picture, kind of like, for fairs and stuff like that. I'm not really a marker person, you guys, so you probably see my little imperfections in my coloring here. I'm a pencil gal, but I wanted to try to get a picture done in one sitting here, one video. So all right, so this tentacle looks like it belongs to this kitty, so we're gonna leave that. Yeah, so, but anyways, the fair was okay. It just wasn't, I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. So then I decided, because we were talking about it at work, oh, go to the one, go to your local one. So I was like, well, maybe I'll take my son to the local one here But we're really gonna have to go early in the morning because it's so crowded. You can't even walk. Like I don't understand how people like bring their babies in you know, their strollers, because the babies can't see a thing. There's people crowding all around you. The babies are like, all they're looking at is legs. You're just looking at legs if you're in a stroller. So, you know, I never thought to take my little one when he was that small, because I didn't want him just, you know, being crowded like that. It could be kind of scary, I think, for them. So, you know, he's older now and he can rip and run and do everything. So I was like, well, take him. Maybe I'll go ahead and take him. But of course, my husband does not want to go at all. He's like, that's all you this time. So I'm going to do it. And they, you know, they have some crazy foods. This year at our fair, they're going to have Texas Pete Krispy Kreme donuts. I was like, ew. But apparently someone must have tested that out and sampled it to see what it was going to taste like to get it just right. But I don't think that's something that I'm going to be trying. I'm more of like, you know, the traditional carnival or fair foods like kettle corn and elephant ears and cotton candy, you know, candy apples. I guess that's old school, but I don't know. I'm not trying to leave because I have a bellyache or eat something strange and get food poisoning. But there's a lot of strange food there. And, you know, people go there to eat that stuff. So whatever floats your boat, go for it. But this chick right here is not eating any of that crazy stuff. I mean, there's a whole list of really crazy foods. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. Like one of them was like shrimp and grits egg rolls. That does not sound good. Shrimp and grits egg rolls, and another one I saw was kind of strange. It was like a waffle cone stuffed with like, I think it was like some kind of meat with cheese, and it was just tummy ache. It just didn't sound good. And they have this one like chocolate chip hush puppies, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, hush puppies are made with cornmeal, so are they changing the recipe of the hush puppies from cornmeal to like a cake batter or a funnel cake or something? Because I don't know if I'd like chocolate chips in my cornbread, because basically that's what a hush puppy is, cornbread balls fried. I don't know, you guys. I'm not looking forward to eating new foods like that. Also, they have, what I like to have when I'm there is the corn on the cob, because they're like grilling those like right in front of you. And then you get to like, they dip them in this big tub of butter. So unhealthy, but they dip them in this big tub of butter, and then you're then you can then take that corn on the cob to this little station they have, where they have all these like toppings you can sprinkle on them. And so that's always good. And of course the turkey leg, smoked turkey legs. So we shall see. I don't know if anyone who's watching, you know, likes to go to those fairs and stuff like that. It's not something that a lot of people like to do. I think it's mainly because of the crowds. I think that's mainly why. So it's taken me a long time to do this. I'm not a marker person, so I need to work on that technique a little bit better than what I'm doing. Because I see a lot of lines in this one. But we're just gonna work right on through it. Hopefully the final will look cute. We shall see. All right, so that one, he's gonna be like a blue color, and then I have this darker pink that I'm gonna do for this one over here on the side. So, do you guys have any questions for me? I mean, I know this is not a live video, but any questions you have, anything you want to know about me, can ask them in the comment section. And if they're not too personal, I'll answer them. But yeah, this is my first color in chat, so I gotta get used to it. I kind of prefer to have like music playing and stuff instead of talking. You could just watch me color, but I wanted to go ahead and try this. I think that people kind of like to hear, you know, what's on your mind, or, you know, get to know your personality. And I think you guys deserve to know a little of my personality, the things that I kind of like. So like as far as coloring, I really like anything unique, any coloring book that's like different, that is whimsical, cutesy. And then I also like books that are, you know, just like real life pictures, kind of like grayscale. And currently I do not have any books completed. I have a lot of books, and I work in them in rotation unless I'm doing like some kind of challenge in my I have a private Facebook group that I do challenges with the group and giveaways and things like that. And I was kind of debating on whether or not to reopen that up as a public group for you all, my subscribers who are interested. So in the meantime, I started another Facebook group, which is the same title of my channel, Cali Girl NNC, but I added Cali Girl NNC's World of Color. That's my Facebook page. That's public. I don't have many people in that one yet, and so I probably won't do any giveaways or challenges in that group until it grows a little bit more. But like I was saying, I do like, you know, different types of giveaways and challenges. And so currently we're working in, we have a full book buddy color right now, which is the Country Charm book by Teresa Goodridge. And we're working to complete that one. And I think that I'm going to be able to finish that book this year. So that will be my first completed book out of all the books that I have, which is, to me, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of ridiculous too, because I have so many books. So, you know, but I kind of get bored just working in one book. So I did like a bunch of pages in that book. And then I was like, okay, I want to stop now because I'm starting to get bored with it. Yeah, so, yeah. All right, so now I'm going to color the butterflies. And I'm going to do those in yellow, as well as the inside of their ears. Just want to do something different. So, but yeah, so that's going to be a big accomplishment for me, is completing a book. I think it's going to be a big accomplishment for a bunch of people in my group. We have that buddy color, and then we have like the full book buddy color, and then I'm doing also a full book challenge where people have a whole year to do finish as many coloring books that have at least 25 pages or more. And I think one lady in that group, she's already done she's almost done with her second book, or completed her second book in the challenge. And there's a lot of people like, I haven't even done one yet. So pretty interesting to see how fast some people can work versus, people who work a little slower. So, like some, if you work, you probably don't have a lot of time to color more than one full book, in a year. And then like, if you don't work and you're at home all the time and just, you have a lot of extra time on your hands, you may be able to complete a couple books in a year or so. Unfortunately for me, I work a full-time job and I'm a supervisor, so I'm also a mommy, a wife, and my husband, with his shift, I'm pretty much the only person available to the little one. So I don't have much time to do the things I'd like to do until he's off to bed. So that's why it's so quiet now, because he's sleeping. And this is like my time, me time. So, all right. So let me zoom out so you guys can see how this is coming along. So we have finished coloring the cats in marker. So now what I'm going to do is work on the background. And what I'm going to do for the background this time is I'm going to actually use this folk art matte baby pink color for the background. So I'm going to be painting that. And I actually got this idea from Dee Dee Willingham, I think, her videos. I like the fact that, you can just paint the backgrounds instead of coloring them or using markers. So I'm going to do a paint. So you're going to probably hear some clanking because I'm using, of course, a brush with paint. So, but anyways, I think she's awesome. Sometimes I can sit and watch her videos, and sometimes I can't because they're kind of long. So I'll like catch them. I'll catch them and then like come back to them later. Catch like a part of it and come back to it later. Should have got my angled brush. Hope it didn't just work with this though. So I like this technique because you can kind of do it fast, but you got to be very careful not to get paint on your, your picture. So, but it's fun just to do something different. Trying to get my self together to do live videos. I went out and got some equipment, and I thought I was going to use it like 2 weeks ago, but I have to buy a new tripod because the camera that I have is too heavy for the tripod that I have. So I had to like do some research as, some different options for my setup, because I want to do live videos. I also want to be able to see what I'm doing instead of like, you know, with a mirrored kind of, instead of using like a mirrored kind of look. I got a camera that that has a screen that flips out, so I can kind of see what, you know, if I'm in frame without having to stand up and stuff. So just trying to get all that together. And my husband's like, just use it, let's rig it. I'm like, no, because if I break my camera, I'm not gonna be very happy. So we better just get the right stuff. And that's one thing about me. I don't want to like rush to get it all set up, you know, perfectly, if it's, you know, if it means that I might mess something up, because I don't want to mess anything up. So I think this color is going to be good for this. I was a little worried that maybe it's too much pink, you know, in this page, but I think it'll be all right once we add some highlights on and some shading on these kitty cats. So my goal is to try to finish a page with you guys, but as you can see, it may not. I may have to like go to part 2, you know, because of course my videos might run out. But I hope you guys are enjoying so far. I really like doing this. I like to use paint and watercolors and stuff like that. So, making sure I'm in frame here because I'm not. Sorry about that. But yeah, so my oldest is off to college, and if somebody would have told me that you'll never really hear from them, I probably wouldn't have believed them if they told me that. But you don't really hear from your kids when they go off to college. So you have one going off to college, unless they're like super attached to you, then forget it. They're off doing their own thing. They're trying to live their life. And, you know, I'm not upset about it because I want him to enjoy college and stuff. And so every once in a while, I'll send a text message. Man, can you call somebody? Can you let somebody know what's up with you? And then I'll get that phone call, or the way that I can get him to call me. And this is so mean. I shouldn't be doing this. I'll say, if you don't respond to me within the next few minutes, I'll be driving up that way. And that that gets you like an immediate phone call. So if you're looking for ways to get your college kid to respond to your text messages and stuff, do that. It works. They don't want you up there. They're trying to live their life. They don't want their moms and dads coming up there like, what's going on? What are you doing? You know, they're trying to be independent and stuff. So, but I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of him. He's doing good. And I think he's a little stressed out about, you know, like, you know, he was going for art, and he's not liking the way that the professors like scrutinize your work. You may have a vision for something and they may not like it, and they make you do it over to their specifications and stuff. And he feels like art should be like something that you know that you do, and if you like it, the person likes it, they like it, they don't, and that you shouldn't have to change it to suit like what the professor wants. So he's not too thrilled with being an art major right now. So he's fallen back to something he wanted to do when he was in middle school, which was anthropology. So which I think he'll do well in, because he's one of those people who wants to learn other cultures. He's been to Japan, and when he was in 8th grade, he went to Japan for an exchange for about 2 weeks. So I've always known that he was probably gonna, you know, go off to other countries, or, I mean, I thought he was gonna even, you know, go to school, want to apply for colleges out of the country. And he actually did, but it's so expensive as far as like the living. You may get free tuition and stuff, but you got to pay for your own living expenses. Not something that is included in. It costs a lot to live in Europe. So he decided to go ahead and stay here and do study abroad. So I said, hey, there you go, study abroad, do a semester abroad. And the cool thing about his school is that they will actually apply the tuition that you would have paid for that semester at their college, and they would actually forward it to their sister school in the country that you're planning to study in. So it's like you're not paying for room and board, because it's like included. So he's decided to go that route, which I was like, oh, that is so cool. He'll get to do something he really wants to do. And so I'm excited for him. I hope that he really enjoys that new major, which he can't really switch until next semester anyway. So I told him, just tough it out. You know, I was an art major, still am, taking a break this semester, but it's like that. They're trying to teach you, and sometimes some people, I'm gonna have to cover these up and draw them in little antennas. But yeah, they want to teach you like the correct way to do things, but also too, they look at your work and try to help you make it better. And some people, don't like that, and some people don't mind. Like, I don't mind that, because I want to know what I can do to make my piece a little bit better, and it's of course is their opinion, but to me it's their professional opinion, because a lot of the professors at my school are actually working in the field. So, and they're really, like, at my university, they're really nice too. So I've never had like a bad professor, and I don't think he has any bad professors either. I just think that he doesn't like being told, that the way he's doing his vision for something, it doesn't work or something, something like that. I think that's what it is. But, hey, to each his own. And if that's not for you, it's not for you. You gotta go do what you love and enjoy doing. And I enjoy art, and he does too, but just not for someone to tell. I think he's one of those ones. I want to be like, just let me create, and if I get famous for it or not, it's okay. I'm just doing it I just want to create. So she really should have got an ankle brush here. Next time we will. So yeah, that's my son. He wants to do something else, which is fine, because it's his life. I told him, it's your life, son. You got to be happy with whatever it is that you want to do as far as your career, because at the end of the day, you have to be satisfied when you get up in the morning to go to work, and only you can make sure that happens. So you guys, I don't think I'm gonna be finishing this picture tonight because of course I'm gonna have to wait for this paint to dry before I get in there. So we'll probably do a part 2. I'll probably do a part 2 tomorrow of this one. I don't like to work too fast because then you get a little sloppy, especially with paint, and you'll have it in places you don't want it. So you can get a little loose over in this section but not close to these butterflies. Yeah, so that's my kid. I love him. I just can't believe I have one in college. You know, I'm only 42. And then I have a little one started kindergarten, so I started all over again. But you know what? Things happen in life for a reason. And I know that my little one's here for a purpose. Whatever that purpose is, you know, I welcome it. So a lot of people say, oh, you started all over. Oh my gosh, what were you thinking? Well, I wasn't. He was a surprise. Oh, see, that hole was there. A little messy. And God bless us with him. So, you know, I take my blessings as they come and in any form. So we're getting close, and I might have to get a smaller brush to get in here because I don't like that I'm getting on the ink here. It's a little messy. And this is matte too, so it's gonna look kind of chalky and greeny kind of. I'm no professional. This is just fun for me, just amateur. You can always go in with a black pen if you want to redo those. I don't know if anyone else has this book, but it's a cute one. It's a cute little book. We're almost done. And I probably will stop the video once we're done getting this paint in because I'm going to have to let it. I mean, some of it's dry, but I was, you know, I prefer to wait till this dries overnight to start. But again, if you have any questions you want to ask me, you can put those in the comments section. And maybe when I'm doing part 2, or maybe when I do my next week, I will answer some of those questions for you guys. So got some little sections here, gotta get in there. But I hope you guys are enjoying so far. I have a bunch of brushes. I don't know why I'm putting myself through these little sections here. So, try to use a light touch in that area. That's just me cleaning off my brush. It's getting caked up with paint, so I'm gonna water that down just a little bit so I can get into these butterfly areas here. Alright, I think I'm not gonna mess with it much more because I don't wanna start messing it up because I've already made a couple boo-boos, but that's okay. Okay. All right. So let me zoom out so you guys can see. Let me take this paper out. So that's what it looks like for now. And the next video I'll be shading and maybe doing some other effects to the background to make it, make it a little bit more fun. All right, so until next time, y'all, take care.